Everybody's fine. I actually didn't go into this eyes wide open. I went into this thinking that what I would do is try a case, and the rest I had no anticipation of or nor preparation for.
And you're at your law office now. Do you have to have security there as well?
Yeah, there's security out front.
Well, I know that the president is happy with the results of Saturday. There were 7 Republicans that voted with the Democrats. Did that number surprise you? I know you were expecting some. Did 7 come as a surprise?
I think that's just where everybody expected it to come in. I think a lot of people had their minds set. I think after the first 2 days of the House manager's case, it was very much in the balance. We came back and did what we needed to do, made a clear message, gave straight information, and came away with the acquittal.
Was this my big concern now as we look to the future of the country really is that the bar has now been lowered to a level that is so low for impeachment that we're just going to go from impeachment to impeachment every 3 or 4 years, depending who's got the majority on Capitol Hill and who's in the Oval Office. It's a scary thing.
Well, it is scary, but I think one of the effects of this acquittal is that hopefully that's not going to happen. I'm really hoping that we've hit the bottom as far as political discourse and as far as two sides being apart. We need the left and the right to start coming together in the middle for a common national purpose and goal and address those shared priorities of this nation, from the economy to the pandemic to social, racial, and economic equality, education, infrastructure. We need to focus on that. I hope that these senators understand what they just went through is broken, and that system down there is broken, and that they start governing us for us in a responsible way. If people don't cool the temperature and come closer together in unity, this country is going to end up like Rome did.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. It was frightening to see how little facts actually counted. I felt like on the Capitol last week there could have been a red curtain that opened up every day before the House managers presented their case, and there could have been an audience because it was theatrics. You had an interview on Saturday on CBS News that I know you've talked a lot about. I want to play a clip from that so our audience is caught up, and then we'll get some reaction. Take a look.
What you're talking about now is a check mark. That's a verification on Twitter that did not exist on that particular tweet. A 2020 that should have actually read 2021, and the selective editing, you say, of the tapes. Is that the doctored evidence of what you're speaking?
That's not enough for you? That's not enough for you?
Wait, no,
sir,
no. I'm not a juror in this trial. What I'm trying to be clear for our viewers is what you're referring to, because not everybody has been following.
It's not okay
not everybody,
to doctor
sir,
a little bit of evidence.
Respectfully. I have not said it is okay.
Ma'am, your question is
I want to be clear for our viewers.
Listen, what has to happen is
about what exactly you're saying when you say doctored evidence.
The media has to start telling the right story in this country. The media is trying to divide this country.
Okay, so 2 things. One, you guys were dealing with a delay, so that made it difficult. She did give you plenty of time to speak. Let me just quickly, sir, let me just say, my problem, and this is what you touched on, we can't play the whole soundbite, is that if this were, first of all, if this was your team, if you had done this, it would be the biggest story in America for days, for weeks, had your team done this. Because it was the House managers, facts don't matter. The other point that I want to make is if this was a criminal trial, if this was a criminal courtroom, first of all, the attorneys, you could be disbarred for doing this. And this case, even if it were a homicide case, it would be thrown out, or it certainly could be thrown out because of the doctoring of evidence. This is serious stuff.
Well, it's serious stuff. If I could maybe just take that in order a little bit.
Sure.
As I look at what the tape you just played, I wish I hadn't spoken there was a time delay.
No, I know.
But there was a little bit of talking over one another back and forth, and I wish that I hadn't participated in that dialogue that way. But the point that I was making was that the media, left and right, when I see it, it's, I see rain on one story and sunshine on another. It's just, it's two different worlds, and we all see that. And she gave me the opportunity actually to make the point. So, she was fine. The way the case went through, first of all, it wasn't a criminal trial. It is a civil matter. It's in the court of the Senate. But the presentation of the case itself was political. It shouldn't have gone forward. There was no investigation. There was no evidence. The constitutional defenses we had of due process and First Amendment were righteous defenses, and they were spot on. And we kicked ass with them. And we were right on the law. We were right on the facts. And the senators did the right thing in the end.
Yeah, and you won. And Donald Trump won. It wasn't a kangaroo court, and you won.
I like that.
We're going to call it a Trump court now, though, because it's not a kangaroo court. We've seen 2 of these in the last 13 months. Final question. Go ahead.
I don't think we're going to see any more of these.
I hope not.
I think that the appetite of the country is exhausted by what they pulled down there. And I don't think that the Republican Party, when at whatever point in time that is, they become the majority party again, I don't think they're going to make the same mistake. I don't think the Democrats are going to make the same mistake again, frankly.
I think it's time for this country to heal. I know you don't have a crystal ball, but what do you think's next for Donald Trump?
I think what's next for Donald Trump is focusing on the midterm elections, the 2024 election, and his agenda of, I hope of the things that I spoke of. I think that's, his agenda. It's interesting. I think it's everybody's agenda. Infrastructure is everybody's agenda. It's just so broken down there, they can't freaking get it done. The economy's on everybody's agenda.
Right.
Education's on the pandemic's on everybody's agenda. But these people are just so broken that they can't work together. And so, I'm hopeful that Donald Trump is going to be supporting the midterm candidates that can work together.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he will. He's a very smart gentleman, as I learned while representing.
Michael Vander Veen, thank you so much for your time. You've been so generous with us. I appreciate it. By the way, everybody's biased. It doesn't matter what network you work on. The question is, can you be fair? Can you be objective? And I think that's at issue right now in this country.
Yeah, but I will tell you that you can work to first recognize your bias and then try to put it aside as best you can. You don't always do it, but nobody's trying down there right now. I was down there. I was very surprised by how it's working, how it's not